Hey guys, welcome to my shop. I'm just going to show you this Ducati motorcycle that I'm working on. It started life as a Ducati Monster 620. It was air cooled and had about 65 horsepower. It is now water cooled and it is a 999 Testastretta engine that I'm swapping into it. This bike had to have some major frame modifications to make this engine fit and be sturdy, and to customize it a little bit. I don't want to have the same frame as every other Monster if I'm cutting it up anyway. I might as well add some cool stuff. So these are the things that we kind of have to do now. This swing arm, you can see in this swing arm, the shock mount is on the left-hand side of the bike. And you can see here, I don't know if you can see that, this is where the factory Monster 620 shock mounted. So what we have to do here is we'll take some very precise measurements, find out exactly where this is in relation to the motorcycle, where we want it to line up, and we are going to chop off this entire piece from here back, and we will build our own subframe that has the shock mount on the correct left side of the bike. We're going to turn it to square tubing going back, and we're going to take the bike up and straight back a little bit more. Here are the exhaust pipes we just kind of mocked up for now. We chopped some mufflers down. They're Remus titanium things that were on my Monster. But they're big bore and those fit just fine. Cut them in half. We are going to chop this baffle, slip that back inside, and then the muffler will mount up under the seat just like that. The frame itself will follow up to a flat section and a tight single-seater cowl. The cowl is going to be made out of this live edge mahogany here. Once it's all finished and rounded out, I think it'll really complement the bike well. This frame is going to be copper in color, and the last thing we really need for this build is the front forks. The Monster 620 forks obviously are not beefy enough to support this engine, which weighs probably about 100 pounds more than the 620 if I'm wrong, right around there. But the factory forks just were not beefy enough. I need 1,000cc forks from a superbike Ducati. I'm looking for some from a 998 or a 748, and those have the same fork diameter that would slip into here, and also has the same brake spacing so that I can fit this front wheel on the bike and not have to modify the caliper mounts. That would take one more frame modification out of it, out of the equation. We had to cut out some of the supports going from, I don't know if you can see, it goes from here to here and back across on the bottom. Those were removed to get the engine to fit. Once the airbox is mocked up, we will then go back and mark new lines and make new cross braces that don't interfere with the airbox that is going to go in it. But anyway, this is an exciting build. It's about halfway done, I'd say. The engine is in. That's a big part of it. All the rest of it is tedious, kind of small detailed work, making sure I have the right shims on either side of this swing arm, having the correct lineup and geometry here in the frame. We want to get these measurements here dead on, so that we don't have to have a bouncy suspension or an irregular suspension. That's not fun. You want it to be dead straight how the Ducati engineers. I'm not an engineer. I'm just a guy in my garage. I'm going to match their measurements as much as possible when I build this. But anyway, I look forward to showing you guys the rest of the build. Thanks for watching the first video about the Parker & Briggs Ducati.